Howdy folks, Frankie Dave Becker again on YouTube. Today this is the beginning of the part 2 of Speedy197 group build Cold War jet aircraft for the 1950s. Caught me working a while ago. Folks, I've been at this pretty much all day long on my f-100 right here. I got down to the basic essentials of the assembly before I proceed any further. As to the kit, it's got a share of problems here and there. I like to be able to show it to you right now. Here it is. This is the Revell monogram f-100 Super Sabre, 1/48 scale. So far, this is the basic subassembly before I proceed any further on assemblies. As we discussed yesterday on the YouTube, on the introduction of the in-box review of the kit, the fuselage section, instead of fitting left and right halves, it's top and bottom. And it kind of presented a little bit of a gap right alongside here. So the best thing to do that is once the fuselage assembly is assembled, I went ahead and use a mill bastard file, a jeweler's file, and file the seams down before I apply the filler. In other words, the wings are very nicely as they went on. There was no fit issues all over the wings, and the horizontal stabilizers were molded as one piece on the bottom section of the fuselage. As to the cockpit assembly, there's only 6 pieces to it. You get the tub itself, and along with 3 pieces that makes up the pilot seat. And you got your control console and your joystick, and that makes up the cockpit. So what I did, I went and airbrushed medium gray inside the tub, the cockpit interior, and when I dried, I went and gave it a wash of black to highlight the dials and the controls. Much can't not be seen, folks, is because the cover is the fuselage, but I know it's there. I get a little closer, might be able to see it a little bit. It's all been painted gray right in here, and the seat is yellow drab. I'll add some seat belts to it later. I was debating on that, but I'll just go ahead and put the pilot in place there, kind of give a little action right there. Now here's that hideous seam I'm talking about, fellas. Right along here, as you can see right here, the seam. This seam has got to be filed down before you apply the filler. This kit's about 30-something years old. Came out in 1980. On the rear section of where the afterburner is at, it gives you a choice of closed afterburner vanes or open vanes. So I went ahead and elected to go ahead and put the closed afterburner vanes on it, on the afterburner. Now that'll be painted out. That's down the road, folks. It's just got a little here and there on it. The rear section needs to be filed right there too. There's a gap, as you can see, and I hate seams. I hate gaps. I can't stand them. Some people like them, don't bother them, but it bothers me. But anyway, after I get it filed out pretty good, I'll apply a filler, let it dry 24 hours, and wet and dry sand it. And I'll start adding my primer to it. Instead of covering it with my aluminum foil, I'm going to go ahead and paint it with aluminum plate using DuPont aluminum paint. This DuPont aluminum paint I bought is I bought that at Sears Roebuck about 40 years ago, and it's still good. I got a whole big gallon can of that. As long as I keep adding a little lacquer thinner to it, it turns into a plate yellow or acetone. To get a good plate, what you need to do is, folks, if you decided not to go ahead and do the aluminum foil right like I did my F-94 96C Starfire, this is my formula for using a good aluminum plate. Get yourself some good aluminum, good silver paint. Doesn't matter if it's Tester, Model Master, Flocal, Poly S, or what. It's got to be enamel. Can't be acrylic, water-based paints, or Vallejo, whatever they have out there. But using silver aluminum paint add acetone to it. Acetone will come in a can. You add a little bit to it until it has the consistency of water. Then you airbrush it. As soon as it hits the plastic, it'll dry on contact. It won't come off your hands or nothing. As you build up, it gives you a plate finish. That's what I've done with my C124 Glowmaster I have. It gives you like aluminum plate finish. That's my formula for using aluminum plates. That's what I'm going to do with this one here. I'm going to go ahead and take my DuPont aluminum paint. I'm going to go ahead and add some acetone to it and then airbrush it. But before that's got to be done, the model's got to be imperfection free. My starters, like I'm doing right now, I'm filing down some of the edges so I have to use that much filler on it. And after the filler is applied, got wet and dry sanded, using plenty of water. And once it's dried, folks, go ahead and apply your coat, your primer, of whatever selection you may choose for that purpose. And check for imperfections. If any more imperfections arise, let's go ahead and redo the sequence all over again until imperfection free. Then give it a final coat. And go ahead and apply your finished color. This should go pretty smoothly. But being such an old kit, you know, it's 31 years old, 1980, and 32 years old. And it presents a share of problems. I don't know if it was like that when the kit was first released, though, but I imagine they produced a lot of them at that time. There's a lot of flash on this model, so anybody's going to get a Revell monogram by f-100. It's a good kit. Just be prepared to do a lot of sanding and felling before you add your finished color to it. Other than that, folks, it's going pretty good. My wife snuck inside my man cave here and grabbed my F-96C Starfire. So where's my Starfire at? She says, I got it inside the carry-out. I hope you don't mind. I said, well, I don't mind. So I got a wonderful wife, and she's put up with model boarding for 50 years with me. And so that's a good woman to have. She don't nag and complain about my model building or anything like that. She'd rather have me be at home doing this and be out in the bars drinking beer like I used to years ago when I was in the service. But those days are all behind me, folks. So living on able pension and building models is my dream of retirement. So it works for me. Anyway, folks, just rambling. Tomorrow I should give you some more results on my F-100 on the filling and preparation for the paint is applied. So I gotta add one more piece to the model itself. Excuse my back, folks, as I turn around and bring the Hun over here to you. I gotta put the nose scoop on there first, and once that's on there, I gotta check the fit. If it needs filler, I'll apply filler to it. But I got it pretty well flush here using that file. I got a little piece here, you know, your hands, my hands can feel real good. I can feel imperfections with your hands, so any imperfections like that, I'm going to file away, taking quite great care not to file away any details. So far in the area where I'm standing at is not eliminating or getting rid of any decals, any detail work. But the worst part about it is the ass section back here where the afterburner fits at. It's just a gap. That's a right gap from the outside of the fuselage, but it's got to be filed down and filled with putty, and other than that, it's fine. The wings are excellent shape. They fit pretty good. There's no filler needed down here at the root. Same thing applies to the top wing section of the wing root. There's no filler there that needs, so I got by pretty good with that. Only one outstanding feature I like about this kit is that the fuselage is not joined right and left halves. That way you don't have to worry about having a seam down here and a seam in the center of the top and bottom sections of the fuselage. Sometimes that prevents sometimes, you know, that makes life a little easier in this. So on the sides is going to be it'll be a piece of cake on this. It's come on pretty good. There's not very many parts to it. It's going to, the airplane practically just builds itself. It's nice. I like the Hun. It's a great airplane for its day, although that the F-100 had a lot of problems with it. It's like the modern day SP2C Helldiver. When that thing came out, they had a lot of problems. A lot of the pilots that flew the big tail beast didn't have anything to do with it because it had a lot of problems. Of course, it's a new airplane. It had a lot of problems. All aircraft have their problems that first come out. It takes pilots like that to work out the bugs in it and find out what's the issues with it and report it back, and it goes back to the factory and they redo it over again. So anyway, with this kit here, it goes along pretty good together with the exception of some gaps on the sides of the fuselage. You got to be filed down, use a small file, and you go ahead and apply your filler of choice. And prime and fill till it's infection free. And you go ahead and finish up your finished color. Tonight, I think I'm going to go ahead and airbrush my Albatross. And I'll be making a video on that to keep you guys in touch on the Albatross build. Right now I'm working on another one now for another group build on World War II aircraft forms. And well, that about does it right there. I'm going to do my YouTube here. I'm exactly 11 minutes and 13 seconds in the hole right now. So I'm going to get rejected for being on here too long. So this was kind of like a fast, short little video right here at my usual time. So I'd like to thank everybody out there for tuning in. I'd like to thank all your replies on my introduction inbox part 2 build of Speedy197's Cold War jet aircraft of the 1950s. I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart on my F-96 Starfire, or F-94, whatever it is. I forget. I guess having a senior moment. But anyway, make a long story short, thank you for tuning in, folks. And may God bless and please subscribe. And keep modeling, like Lenny says, paint your hands, paint your face, be good to your mom, and you'll be square at the house. So I'd like to thank everybody out there again. Thanks for tuning in, fellas, and may God bless. Thank you. Bye-bye, boys. See you next time.